Hello. In today's video, I want to think more about how you can be prepared for your presentation or how you should go about the process of preparation. And this builds on what I said in the last video about keeping notes, because I think it is important if you have the chance over the course of a few days or weeks to start capturing your ideas, your thoughts of things you might want to include in your keynote, your training session, your presentation, your pitch, whatever it is you are preparing for. But we don't always have the luxury of preparing over weeks, even days. Sometimes you've got to prepare your presentation short, sharp, now. Maybe you've been asked to present something tomorrow, or God forbid, later today, and you've now got that blank page sat in front of you. How do you start to generate content? Now, I would suggest that if you are in this position, you do have a blank page, literally a piece of paper in front of you and a pen or pencil, rather than a document on screen. I think you can get more down in the old way, should we say, writing, remember that, than just going to a document, or God forbid, a blank PowerPoint slide. Do not start to generate content straight into PowerPoint. Get it down on a piece of paper. You can play with it, edit it, move it around, then start building your slide deck. Otherwise, you will probably end up with a slightly disjointed slide deck that doesn't actually make sense as you follow through. So I want to give you some examples of ways that you can start to generate content at short notice when you are facing that blank page. First one is the good old-fashioned brain dump. At the top of the page, write down the topic that you have got to speak or present on, and just put down as many thoughts as you can. And I would put yourself on the clock. Give yourself, let's say, 2 minutes. Start a timer on your phone. How many words, phrases could you jot down in those 2 minutes about this topic? Just get as many down as you possibly can to force them out. Even if they are random, they may feel slightly disjointed. Some of them you may not sure are completely relevant. Get them down on a piece of paper. It's easier to edit when you've got lots of things down. Maybe do it once. Give yourself 2 or 3 minutes. Get a list down. Go away, make a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee, whatever you want to do, just for a few minutes. Then come back and do it again. Or look at those words that you've already got on that list and just think, how can I spin these off? What does that word make me think of? Do some word association. And you'll be surprised how quickly you can actually start to generate quite a lot of content ideas. Now, they're not all going to make it into your presentation, but now you've got something to work from, and you can start to order them, you can start to edit them, you can think about how the structure you're going to use. So the brain dump is just a great way to start. Get everything that's in your head down on a piece of paper. Second method is FAQs, frequently asked questions. Write down a list of 5 or maybe 10 questions that you think your audience is going to have about whatever it is you're going to present on. So if you're going into a pitch, think about what are the questions that the people I'm pitching to are going to have. What would they ask at the end if I haven't covered it in the presentation? And see if you can preempt them. If you are running something a bit more like a training course, you are imparting information or knowledge, just write down the questions that you think the audience need to have answered. And those questions will start giving you a way of generating content, because basically you answer them. So you think, if my question is, what do I need to know about this topic? Here are the answers. And you start to generate content that way. And it may be you actually use those FAQs to structure your presentation. Here are the 10 things you need to know about X topic. I think the third thing that is worth doing is just do a quick research or review of what other people have said on this topic. Now, you are not looking for ideas to crib or steal. You certainly are not want to get into plagiarism here. But it can be really helpful to look and see what other people have said, what other people have written in blogs, what other people have said on YouTube. Just review what the people have said, and particularly look for things that you disagree with. Or has somebody structured something in a way you think, oh, you know what, I think there's a better way of explaining that. Don't spend too long on this, because you don't want to end up being influenced too much by other people's ideas. But it can just stimulate your thinking, get yourself into the headspace of this particular topic. And let's say, particularly if there's something you think, actually, I can do better than that. That can be a great way to start generating content. So brain dump, FAQs, research, 3 really easy ways to start preparing content, generating content that you can then go on and start editing and structuring. And guess what? We'll be talking about that in the next video. So if you came to this video via my email newsletter, please do hit the subscribe button here on YouTube so that you can get all my video content. If you found this via YouTube, you'll find the link to my email newsletter in the comments below, and that will allow you to access it. It's a fortnightly newsletter where you get a video tip like this and lots of other content. So thank you for joining me for this one, and I will see you next time.